Hello, today we're doing a quick and dirty mission editor tutorial. This is just the bare bones to get you up and running, doing a training mission. I'm not going to go into any of the finer details or the advanced settings that you can use to tweak things. This is just to get you up and running. So first things first, mission editor. And then we're going to go up here on the left hand side to the top, create new mission. I always like to use the Caucasus because everybody has that map. Click OK. Alright, and I also like to use Kobyleti because it's got this nice little abandoned airfield down here. It makes it easy to spot from the air if you're having trouble. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to select our aircraft that we want to fly. And I think today we'll go with the A-10C2 and we'll drop them right on the end of the runway there. Okay, a couple of things that you want to make sure of when you're doing a mission editor. You've got to select player, otherwise you're never going to be able to fly that airplane. And then down below here, instead of a turning point, I want to take off from the ground hot. And what that means is you're on the runway, all your systems are up and running, spooled up, ready to go. So what I also want to do now is to drop a waypoint where our targets are going to be. So if you look at this box down here, you'll see the add button. Go ahead and click on that. And to move the map around, I'm using my right mouse button. Grab it and move it wherever you want. Zoom in and zoom out is with the scroll wheel on your mouse. So we're going to drop this waypoint right in the middle of that abandoned runway. Now you'll see it defaults up in the air. You probably always want to have your waypoints on the ground, so all you do is 0, 0, and that tells you that that runway right there is 33 feet above sea level. Okay, so now we can deselect the add, otherwise every time we click on the map we're going to be spawning waypoints. Now one other thing I did want to show you about this first screen before we get too far is this is also where you would do your armaments. You can grab that guy with your left mouse, spin him around. Once you get bombs or whatever loaded on there, you can take a look. So let's do a lightning pod, maybe a CBU-97, and if you're happy with that, you can just kick out, or this line here, if you just click on this line, will remove all of your munitions. And then this box down here, fuel. If you don't want to be heavy when you're flying this mission, set it at 50%. And you can also select the amount of chaff flares and gun ammunition, and also the gun type. So once again, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time in here because there are tons and tons of things that you can change. Okay, so now that we've got our airplane and our waypoint, we need some targets. So come over on the left hand side again. The different icons, this is for aircraft, this is for helicopters, this is for naval or ships, and this is for other ground units, tanks, trucks, so on and so forth. So let's do some tanks today. I'm going to go with Russia, armor, subcategory main battle tank, and some tried and true T-72s. So what I'm going to do now is click on the map, and that'll drop that T-72 icon there. Now the other thing that we gotta take a look at here real quick, if you want more than just one target or unit in a group, you can come up to this area right here, and by hitting the right arrow you can select how many units you want in that group. So in this case I want a total of 5, so I'm going to click on the map again, and unfortunately I dropped a waypoint because the add button was still pressed, so I'm just going to hit delete, deselect add, and now I can click on there without adding waypoints. So I'm going to zoom in, take a good look here. Now you'll notice that our original unit in this group, if you grab him it moves everybody. So if you want to arrange these guys in a certain pattern or whatever and you're not happy with where they're at the map, just grab the primary unit and then you can drag them around to wherever you want to. So I'm going to put this guy in the middle. I'm going to left click on the map again. I'm going to grab him, drop, grab, drop, grab, drop, grab, drop. So we've got one guy smack dab in the middle and then 4 other guys at each end of the runway. give us something to shoot at. Now what we want to do now, since we've got our airplane on here, our basic waypoint and our targets, is we want to save that. So it'll be this icon right here. Click on that. I've already had this saved a couple times, so I'm just going to continue using the same thing. You can call it whatever you want. Click OK, and it'll ask me to override and say yes. And then now if you want to fly this mission, you just hit the green button here. And there we are sitting on the runway at Kobuleti. So if you want to change anything in this mission, it's super simple. Hit escape, quit, mission editor, take you right back to the mission you were originally flying. So what I want to change now, instead of being pointing at the hangars over here, I'm going to go in and I'm going to grab that original waypoint that I placed down here, and I'm going to move that down the runway where I'm leaving from. And what we want to do here, that is a turning point. We want to make sure that we hit 0 on both the altitude and the speed. And now I'm going to set in a second waypoint, because I got to get back to my targets here. So we select add. We're going to drop that right in the middle again. So now we've got 2 waypoints. One that'll get us headed down the runway like we're supposed to. Okay. Now you'll notice that normally if you start in the air, wherever your waypoint is the direction your airplane's going to be pointed. Now if you're taking off from the ground hot, you can use this little spinner to point the airplane in the right direction. That's just hold down with your left mouse button and just roll it around here. So yeah, go ahead and align your airplane straight down the runway so you don't have to worry about taxiing or anything. Well, now since we did make a change, we want to save again, this icon here. And then if we fly the mission again, instead of that waypoint taking us directly to the abandoned airport, now we'll fly straight out, and then we can turn back in and attack the bad guys. So that about wraps it up. Mission editor, super simple and super handy for testing weapons, different aircraft, just kind of well, my own personal sandbox where I can different targets, the effect of different weapons on different targets to see how effective they are. Thanks guys, and have a great day.